let's make some shower melts. So I've got a couple of friends who are a bit sick under the weather at the moment. So I've got a cup of baking soda. So one of those 200-gram ones from, that was from Aldi, is a cup. So mix that in, and we're just going to get rid of the lumps. Now you can pass it through a sieve, but if you're used to watching my videos, you know that I don't like faffing around. So just get rid of the lumps. And into that, we're going to add half a cup of citric acid. And then mix. Then a tablespoon of lavender buds. And then mix it all up. To that, I'm going to add 20 drops of lemon blossom. And then I'm going to go in with another 20 drops of this one's pine needles. And then most importantly, eucalyptus, another 30 drops of this. And this is the most important part because we need to keep an eye on the process. So once you've given everything a good mix up, now some of the essential oils might clump, so you want to kind of just get in there with your hands and just mix it up so you've not got any big clumps. And then we're going to keep spritzing. So I'm just using a Neal's Yard toner. Give it a spritz and then mix it. So you don't want to activate by pouring in a load of water, because it'll start to fizz and then expand, and that's not what we want. What we're looking for is a sand-like texture. So when it starts to come together, as you can see, that's not coming together yet. So just keep spritzing and mixing. And we're looking for consistency like wet sand. I'm happy with that. We're going to take a silicone mold. Now I'm only doing little ones because I just want to do them in little jars. So we're just going to start to put it over the top and put it into your silicone molds. And you want to press it in. There we go. And we're just going to leave those overnight to harden. And to make some slightly bigger ones, I'm just going to sprinkle some dried flowers in the bottom of these. I think this is cornflower. Yeah, blue cornflower. Just looks super pretty. And then same process, we're just going to push these in to the molds. I have to be careful if you're using semicircular ones, because if you push down, you're going to end up with a flat bottom. So just make sure you're kind of pushing them back up again, if you know what I mean. There you go. So I've managed to get out of those. Now, what you'll find as well is that it will kind of pop back up again. So that's not a problem at all. So I've got 6 big ones and 16. Yeah, 16 little ones as well. I'm going to leave those to dry, and then I can put them up in the little pots. Morning. So it's the next day. I've just finished teaching my early birds class, and these are all set. Now, yesterday I had to take some of them out of here early, and as you can see, the bottom bits, they weren't quite set, so the bottom bits kind of stuck, so you didn't get that kind of real nice star shape. So they're absolutely rock solid now. Oop. And there you go. So these little ones are going to go in a pot as a gift, and the big ones I'm just going to put in like a little Tupperware box next to my shower. So they look really nice. So some of the recipes for this call for some coconut oil, but I'm not so keen on the idea of putting coconut oil in, only because I'm such a clumsy person and I worry about slipping in the shower. So now they do sort of expand a little bit. So what I would suggest is that don't fill them quite to the top of your molds. Otherwise you end up with, like that one was filled too high. So you can see you've got that little lump there. but they look really pretty. I'm happy with those. So I've got an old jar there. And yep, just load them up. And fit them all in. Perfect. A little bit of cloth there. Yeah, a little bit of cloth on the top. With all of these things, I like to always just use what I've got in. Now, don't ask me why, but I have like the biggest tub of silic acid in my garage. But many years ago, my daughter was going to go off and do a trip to Borneo, volunteering. So we were going to make bath bombs to raise money. And when her friends all started to back out, so did she. So yeah, it was a bit of a fail. But look how pretty that is. So I just got some cellophane here. Again, always try to use the stuff that I always try to use the stuff that I've already got in, because the whole idea of homemade presents is then we're not going out and spending a fortune on various bottles and fabrics. Just always try and use what you've already got in. The reason I like to make homemade gifts is A, to show people that I love them and I'm thinking about them, but also just to be more sustainable. You know, we're always so conditioned, aren't we, just to be spending money, and you know, they go to waste, and that makes me sad. They end up in landfills. I'm off to a spa today. It was my birthday yesterday. So I'm going to a spa today with my best friend whose birthday is tomorrow. So she has 2 days in total of calling me an old git. So, and then she'll be caught up with me tomorrow. So I've already got her a nice little present, but I thought I'd send her these as well. A little something extra. Happy days. There you have it. Two little gifts for, I don't even know how much citric acid is actually. I know it's not very expensive, but that's about 50 pence. If you've already got, I mean, I like to dry a lot of my herbs and stuff, excuse the pots, but like I have herbs on the back window there. I've got rose bush outside. So, and then here, if you watch my video of the retreat day, the orange that I use for the juice, I've just dried these off, and then this can all be chopped up and they can be used in there, or could be, you know, they can be used as decoration, bit of potpourri. So always try and save your little bits and pieces because they do come in handy. In the summertime, my rose bush, it's about 50 years old in the garden, and it just starts to shed its leaves, and the leaves are so perfect. I think, oh my gosh, I don't want to just, you know, discard them because they're so pretty. So yeah, I just leave those out to dry as well. I've tried them in the air fryer, I've tried them in the oven, but what I find is that they discolor, so they kind of just go a little bit kind of there. So it's nice to kind of just air dry those if you can. So there we are.